In a world where the marks think they know better than the wrestlers and the bookers, the Fantasy Booking Institute exists to pretty much do exactly that. This is a visit from the FBI.
This is Dan the Dad, and you should listen to Raw and Order or you're grounded.
Welcome to another visit from the FBI, your weekly dose for pro wrestling fantasy booking. I am your host, Detective Mark Smarks, and I'm joined as always by my partners in crime fighting. Starting up, District Attorney Vincent Kayfabe. What's going on, man? How are you?
You can't see me.
Yeah, because your camera's off.
Oh. No, I'm waving my hand in front of my face right now.
Indeed, we can't see it because your camera's off.
No, you can't.
Also
see.
joining us.
I'm like John Cena. Stop it.
Also joining us from up north, RCMP JLB. What's going on, man?
What up? You can see me crystal clear, pure HD, 1080p, 4K TVs. What is good? It is Tuesday. It is fantasy booking time. It is, there won't be an announcement as weird as Titus O'Neil's announcement. I will tell you that much. I will not be doing that on my end. I'll let Titus O'Neil be the ambassador with the weird speeches. And I will be me, JLB. I'm good.
What's up? Yeah, no, that was a super awkward thing. It was a very super awkward Titus O'Neil thing. It was basically, hey, you know, our founder's been accused of all sorts of sexual impropriety and all of that stuff, but don't think about that. Think about how we're a company that likes to have everybody fun. And likes to have fun, and you know, we're not going to get into it.
Meanwhile, the owner of the company's wife is, supporting was supporting Donald Trump at the time. And if you don't talk about religion, but then you had
we're not going to talk about politics here. That's what Titus said. No politics here.
No politics. But you had Reverend Devon show up as a priest ages ago. So that doesn't count anymore.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, they said...
They don't talk about religion, though, Smarks. They don't talk about religion.
Doesn't matter what ethnicity you are, except we've frequently had gimmicks based off of ethnicity. Or what religion you are, except we've frequently had gimmicks based off religion.
Any Arab character was going against the United States. Iron Sheik, even any Russian character was going against the United States.
But we don't talk about that anymore.
Just be from France.
We don't talk about that anymore. Titus said so.
All right. We don't talk about Bruno.
We do need to say hi. Hi.
Hello. Can you pronounce that name?
Also, hi. Well, I think that was Kiss These Games, and then this one is Crazy Cult TV.
I thought it was Cat. Oh, it is Cult. I hope you guys have a good podcast. I hope you guys host it up, and I'll leave you streaming in the background, but I am tired as fuck. Thank you, though, still for the support. That is super duper awesome. Go to sleep. You're tired? Yeah, that's what going to sleep is for. That's what beds are for. That's what calm music is for. That's what get the body regenerized.
Hearing a couple of old bearded guys say fuck a lot is for.
Yeah. Aw, fuck.
Aw, fuck. Aw, fuck. Anyways, so this is our fantasy booking show. Before we get into the fantasy booking, we always remind people that we are part of the Tatnus Co. podcast network. So at the end of the show, you can click the link in the doobly-doos to tatnusco.com and head on over there, see the other shows on the network there. And then come back here for our next episode, which
come on back. Which I feel like Fabe, we will definitely do, because I feel like, are you going to be watching ROH?
Probably.
On set? Yeah. Do you want to be there for that one? I was thinking we do an ROH recap for Sunday if Smarks can't make it. But then I feel bad because maybe he might want to be part of that too. So
don't worry about me.
Don't worry about me. I'm worrying about you. I'm already worried. I can't unworry about you.
I go to the event he's planning, but there's vacations involved. So
yeah. Don't worry about going to the event I'm planning.
I understand.
Anyways, but yeah, so let's get into the fantasy booking. The rules are simple. We
don't have any.
each other. Well, we only have a couple rules. We challenge each other, right? That's a rule, technically, right?
Is it a rule?
We don't discuss it in advance. It's kind of a rule, although it's mostly because we're lazy and don't usually think them up in advance.
Not a rule.
And then at the end, we make fun of each other for our choices on it, which is, probably the most important rule.
It's valid.
I always open up for others to go first if they want to, but if you want to get mine out of the way, mine's going to be
a doozy. A hefty.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do a fun one.
Fun one, okay. Mine's I don't know. I think mine's gonna be fun, but it's not a short one. So
before we were on air, Smarks and I were talking about this really cool card game that he used to play. We've talked about this before on air. I don't want to do a card game. That game right there. WWE
Raw deal.
Raw deal.
No, this was when it was still F.
Get the F out.
Get the F out.
The F was in.
That's got to get out.
Okay, card game.
So, you're going to choose. No, it's not going to be a card game. Not going to be a card game. Nope. Because you just copy what you have that you thought was so good. And you just change the characters and their powers and all that stuff. And that would take hours.
You're right. Yes, I would.
But you would do that. Which may be something you'll want to do someday. But it's not going to happen.
We could do it as like an extra podcast or something because that sounds boring as fuck.
Maybe. It would be like writing down the rules for your particular Dungeons D&D game.
Right. Boring as fuck.
And that's all it would be. You wouldn't actually play. You would just write down the rules.
I feel like he would even play. He would even then write down the rules and then each card and be like, let's play now.
You guys better be lucky I don't have a top-down camera here because I would totally just set up and play a demo version of the game right here in front. Just to be like,
know that next
here's
Tuesday,
my superstar.
If all of a sudden his camera is not pointed at him, we need
I have a second camera. What am I? Some noob out here? I'd have two cameras, one down here and one on my face, so you could see what I'm doing. Be important. And then I'd get both of you to get a second camera, so you could then do it, so we could play games live on air.
Oh my god, we can also do this, but I mean, a better game
live on air.
I would. That's fucking weird though. Be so complex,
dude.
All right,
no, it's not. People do it with Magic and all that shit all the time. I don't watch it. Oh yeah.
Okay, but we'd have to have the same cards, like legitimately.
I would literally send you a deck.
Company.
Yeah, but we have to have the same cards because then how would you? Oh, I guess you wouldn't necessarily need it.
We're not going to do that.
I'd be seeing what cards you're playing on the camera that you have pointed down. Jeez, it's not that complex, fuckface.
Fuckface. And it would be in this view right here, so that we can see more, and then our pictures would be smaller or underneath us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you can do up to like 6 on here, I think, or 10. Mm-hmm. That's 10 people.
Well, if you got the premium like I do, you can do up to 10, actually.
Yeah, that's what I said.
And what we would do is
10.
When you were playing, we'd bring up your playing surface to the full screen so that people could see it, and then we'd go back to this, and then we'd be like, okay, now it's Fabe's turn, and then it goes like this. And... Okay, I have to point out they would not be pointing at our crotches. They would be pointing at our tabers, which are just crotch adjacent.
It might be pointing at.
Oh fuck! Okay, no.
Oh fuck! Anyway. Yes.
So, okay, go, do your thing.
Do your thing. Anyway, so I like board games. I play them with my son all the time. They're a lot of fun. But
what's your favorite board game?
Doesn't matter what my favorite board game is. What's your favorite board game? What's my favorite one to play with my son? Probably
Sure.
Sorry.
Sorry is fun. Sorry is definitely fun. It's also fun getting into trouble.
I like playing Trouble with him. I
Yep.
really enjoy Connect 4 because he's not good at all.
Oh, really? I hate Connect 4 now because I feel like no one ever wins.
Okay.
I play to a stalemate on the regular. Nobody
firmly
actually
believe
likes Monopoly.
That if anyone says Monopoly, they're either lying or a sociopath.
Or evil.
Or have no friends anymore.
Because you know the game Monopoly was
Asshole.
originally
Oh, yeah.
designed to show the evils of rampant capitalism without regulation, and now
Jeez.
everyone fucking
Y'all
loves
see
it.
that right there? That's a fucking spider coming from my ceiling right down at me.
Oh my god.
It's a soul-eating fucking
I'm
spider.
scared and I'm miles away.
Kill it with fire.
Ooh, good idea.
Oh Jesus.
Or just piss it off so it bites
And,
me.
and try to film it.
It's running. It's moving.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, it was just like a daddy long one, so it wasn't like dangerous or anything.
No.
But it did
We've
come
solved
from
the problem
fucking
here.
ceiling. Anyway, moving forward.
There you go.
Okay,
Solve the problem.
I'm okay.
Monopoly.
So
Monopoly.
yeah, just quit playing Monopoly. It's for
And quit playing
sociopaths.
games in my heart.
JLB is a dick for saying that. He's a dick.
That's why I have no friends anymore. Now I know.
Yeah, I already put that up, man.
Okay,
All
sorry.
right. What the
So-
fuck? You put it up
Yeah.
twice. You like took it off and you put it back up.
He put it up.
God damn it.
He
put
put
it
it
up.
up. It was
Yeah, I put it
Hey,
up
go with your
because I was-
game. Board
I
game.
was
What are we doing in
worried
board game?
about a spider and okay. So pick your favorite. Pick a board game
Okay.
and retrofit it to professional wrestling. Tell me, if you choose life, for example, tell me what some of those individual spots would be. You may have to pull up a picture of your board game. If you choose Monopoly, is obviously Boardwalk is I don't know, The Rock.
So I'm gonna be very cryptic, and I'm gonna go with Clue.
Ooh.
However, we always know who the person is. You have to find out where he did it, with who he did it with, and maybe perhaps why he did it. I don't know how that would work with Clue. But since we're going off headlines, it's Clue, the WWE version. Who did Vince sexually allegedly assault?
Okay,
Was it in the backstage office?
It's gonna make it
Was
really hard
it-
when it's 16 potential options.
You mean narrowing it down that much?
I mean, you can narrow it down to how many options you want, but you can, but that's the whole kind of point, right? So Clue has, I think, about eight rooms, roughly around 16 weapons. So the weapons is
It has
more
9
so
rooms.
9 rooms.
Separate
Excuse me.
weapons. But wouldn't the weapon be? I mean, I guess it could be his hand or his.
It could be the. It
Mouth?
could be.
Words.
I mean, that's it. So it could be more like what he's threatening you with. Contract, a pink slip, a fire thing,
is it blackmail or bribery?
blackmail or bribery.
They're two
Is
different
it-
things in that instance. So I guess, yeah.
I don't know how you could come up with 16 of those, but I mean reasons. One would be backstage, one would be in Vince's limo, and I'm not laughing at it because it's a very serious allegation. I'm just saying it would be, considering with everything that is going on right now, that would be probably the go-to, and I think someone should make that game and shove it in Vince's face.
I thank you for your dark levity. Can you do one that's a little more levacious
Light.
levity? Is levacious
Okay.
a word? I feel like I made up a word.
Okay, that's fine. Let me see. What games do I have here?
Do Battleship. Battleship.
I was thinking of
That's
Battleship.
my favorite.
I was thinking of Battleship.
You stumped my Undertaker.
I was gonna go more with "You Sunk My Tribal Chief." Battleship.
I feel like that gets dirty really fast.
Yeah.
I'll sink your tribal chief. I know plenty of women that would sink that tribal chief.
Oh, Jesus. Battleship could work. It's not necessarily battleships, but it's
Okay.
I said ships.
Battleships.
Battleships.
Off the rails as fuck, man.
I don't know. I don't even know how you would do battleship. I was thinking like battle rings or battle. Yeah, no, I can't do battleships. I wouldn't know how battleships would technically work.
Okay.
So you know what, guys?
You're gonna stick with Clue.
I'm gonna stick with Clue.
I feel like
and
Smarks
we'll
is
make
gonna
it.
cop out and do Guess Who.
I was
Son
thinking
of
of
a
Guess Who
bitch.
too. Does your person have a sexual allegation against them? Is your person a legit boss?
It's totally a cop out if you do Guess Who.
It is a cop out, but here's the secret. I don't really play board games, so I don't.
What?
Well,
No.
don't you?
I
Play
feel like you're a
something,
board game like
the train,
Or-
the train game, whatever that tabletop is.
Oh, Tickets to Go?
Yeah,
What is it?
Tickets to Ride,
Tickets to Ride? That's a fun
Um,
fucking game. So expensive to get, but a fun
I've
fucking
watched
game.
someone play it, but I've never played it myself. And
I watched.
no, nothing.
I watched
about the rules.
Will Wheaton play it.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one time I've watched it. Was tabletop the thing.
It was a great episode.
Mhm.
It's the only episode I've ever watched of his show. But
Really
yeah.
fun game, guys, and you get to know your geography like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
And there's all different versions. There's Europe, there's Canada, there's North America.
Risk could be a fun wrestling one.
I know nothing about Risk. I've never
Will you risk your job to sleep with me? Vince's Risk.
You're really harping on this. It's not the news show. The news show's on Sunday.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I know nothing about the rules of Risk.
So you're gonna go with Guess Who? Who are your? What is there? There's rows of there's like 40 or 50 people. So rows of 50. At least give us your 50 people.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, see what you
Well,
did?
I
That's
mean,
what happens when you
frankly,
fucking choose Guess Who.
This is like an all-time thing easily.
well, yeah.
Did your
I mean,
wrestler wrestle in the 80s?
In reality, I was planning on doing Attitude Era.
Okay.
And
That
so
is by far the easiest, totally should be done licensing game.
Yeah, there's no reason it doesn't already exist. And yes, I have never ever played Risk. Not once.
Risk is a very long fucking game, though. Much longer than Monopoly. Last time I played Risk, it was 8 hours. It was with the whole fam jam.
We used to
Fucking
play it during
ridiculous.
semester tests in high school.
It's
Then we just go play
been
Risk for 3 hours.
30 years. No, more than that. At least 30 years since I played Sorry, so I don't even remember the rules to it.
Very easy.
I'm sure it's very easy. I just don't know them. I can't make a fake version of a game if I don't know the rules at all.
It'd be really
Well,
tough
I
to
mean,
do it.
any version of Hungry Hippos is going to be with the New Day. I'll tell you that right now.
Side note, I got to play Hungry Humans with my son a little while back.
What the
It was
fuck's
an
Hungry
adventure challenge.
Humans?
Did you see the video? No. We had to put on... Here, I'll put on my camera. We had to put on baseball caps like Smarks is wearing.
Oh, you mean the
well,
Pissant
Greg-
podcast that you can get at Raw and Order Spreadshirt. Damn it, Spreadshirt.com/Raw and Order WBU right now.
Links in the doobly-doo.
Shop.spreadshirt.com /Ron Order.
Shit. God damn it.
I have it up right now. That's the only reason I can say that.
We got to get this shit down and packed if we're doing something on Sunday. Like, we got to know, like...
No, we don't.
But yes.
We can have a fucking podcast. It'll be great. Smarks is too structured. Anyway, so
You're too
Guess Who.
structured.
Who
No.
are your Guess Who wrestlers? Give us half of them. It's a 5x5 grid. It's cheaper.
Well,
The
I mean,
travel
the
version.
simple fact is you've got your big names: Rock, Undertaker, Stone Cold, probably HBK, Triple H. You know, if you're talking a 5x5, that's 5 of them there already, right? You've got Mankind. During Attitude Era, you would have had Edge and Christian and the Hardy Boys, so Matt and Jeff Hardy. You would have had Ken Shamrock, Kurt Angle, each of the New Age Outlaws, so Billy Gunn and Road Dogg.
You didn't know?
Have Blackman, D'Lo, gotta have D'Lo on there. Godfather. Have I said HBK? I said HBK.
You said HBK.
You forgot about the excellence of execution, motherfucker.
I didn't forget about it. He just was barely there for the Attitude Era, and then he fucked
son
off.
Of a bitch. Why you got to mention the screw job again? You son of a bitch.
But sure, we'll put Bret Hart there. That's fine. You've got towards the end of the Attitude Era, there would have been the Acolytes or whatever. So that's Farouk and Bradshaw. You'd have China. You'd have
don't treat her like a woman. Don't even treat her like a man. Treat her like
Lita.
You know her.
You'd have
Trish,
Jacqueline. Did I say Devon and
you did not say the Dudley Boys. The Dudley Boys. They did that gimmick. No, isn't that
they did
Bubba? Thought I was going crazy there for a second.
Yeah. Oh. Can't believe I forgot Kane. I didn't say Kane in the first round.
Yeah, you said Taker, no problem.
I said Taker, no problem, but I forgot Kane. If you're going late enough Attitude Era, you could have a couple wrestlers. Probably one of them you wouldn't have on, so I'm going to skip over. His name starts with a C and his last name starts with a B. But you would definitely have Eddie Guerrero.
I feel like you didn't say Stone Cold.
I said Stone Cold.
Did you? Okay.
Stone Cold was one of the first ones. I think it started with Rock and Stone Cold.
That's fair. Then Shribs.
Mankind. Do you have all 3 faces of Foley?
I did say Mankind.
Oh, you should definitely have all 3 faces of Foley.
You technically could have all 3 faces of Foley.
Are you Mick Foley? Yes. Okay, now.
Yeah. So now I've got it figured out. So sure.
Does he wear a mask?
Jack and Dude Love.
Does he like to bang bang?
Whoa.
Does he like to have a nice day?
Attitude Era continued long enough. We could have
Good night,
we could have Chris
dreams.
Jericho on there. So I think that puts me at 20.
That's enough.
So
yeah, Baby's already bored.
But really quickly, you can do because it's Attitude Era, Vince, Shane, and Stephanie. So that puts me at 23. I just need to come up with 2 more.
We only have 2 women, so.
No, I had Lita, Jacqueline, Trish,
Sable.
Sable. I didn't do Sable.
Sable and Ivory. Molly Holly.
I didn't do Ivory, but I could put her in there. Yeah, we'll do Ivory. So that's 25 there. And so
just completely disregarding Val Venus and Hardcore Holly and Crash Holly. I see how it is.
Yes.
Yes.
Especially Val Venus. You disregard him.
Oh, see, I was going to go with especially Hardcore Holly.
Yeah, Hardcore Holly's trash.
Abusive man.
Yeah, but so is Val Venus.
And just forget about draws. He only risked his entire career in that wrestling ring.
No, he gave his entire career in that wrestling ring.
Sure did.
Circadillo. Side note, before we move on to the next challenge, There is, in fact, on Amazon, several card games. We've got WWE. Looks like they have 1, 2, 3, or board games.
Ooh,
sorry.
Monopoly WWE.
Headlock, paper, scissors.
Huh?
2 different Monopoly versions under WWE. Road to WrestleMania, the game. I don't know what that is.
Might not be legit.
Trivia Mania. I feel like trivia is separate.
Yeah. Trivia is a whole separate thing.
WWE Cage Battle. There's also a bunch of chess sets for wrestling. I don't understand that. Thanks.
I mean, we obviously know the Queen would be freaking Charlotte, right?
Oh, hey, you could do a whole chess.
And then
board.
King Corbin.
You could do heels, faces.
No, it'd be King Booker.
King Booker.
There's also WWE Uno.
But that's not in the board games.
No, that's valid.
Yeah.
So.
Cage Battle. And that's kind of new. It has freaking what's her face on it, Becky.
Bobby,
yeah, but
and Roman.
it is the man Becky. So that could be from 3
oldish.
years ago.
That's valid. There's a Angry Birds Monopoly edition.
Kofi, not Bobby.
Yeah. So
Anyway.
I shared this piece of trivia with you guys on the text message chain we have, but the piece of trivia that I found out this week that kind of breaks my brain is that Brock Lesnar,
Oh my God. Operation.
that Brock Lesnar has not wrestled a match on WWE Raw since 2002. In fact, because he did not wrestle on yesterday's WWE Raw,
Yeah, that was a bad trip.
he will break the 20-year record. It will be officially over 20 years since he wrestled a match on Raw. Because it was July 22nd of 2002. And 2004 was the last time he wrestled on SmackDown, except for in 2017 when he came out and beat Kofi in fucking 6 seconds.
Wow, so he really only wrestles at pay-per-views then, huh?
Yeah. Exclusively pay-per-views. That's it. Now, like, one of my coworkers like, well, didn't he have a match against Heath Slater? Come on, I don't give a shit about your kids. It was never a match. There's no referee. It was just a beatdown.
Yeah, he's done lots of beatdowns.
Yeah, he's done a lot of those. But hasn't wrestled an actual match in 20 years on Raw.
And from the sounds of it, 5 years on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
And ever on Main Event.
That's
definitely. True. That's valid. Yeah, facts right there.
I bet that it's more likely that he's more recently had a match on Sunday Night Heat than he has on Main Event.
I don't know when the last Sunday Night Heat was.
I don't think Brock was even there when Sunday Night Heat fucking bounced.
I honestly don't know. I don't remember.
It's not worth looking up. I promise.
No, it's definitely not.
I just need to remember when it ended. So
I just gotta look this up though. Just gotta know this thing. That means Brock has never wrestled on Raw champion.
Yeah, that's kind of messed up.
Actually, there's a chance Brock wrestled on an episode of Sunday Night Heat because it went until 2008.
Brock has never wrestled on Raw as a champion.
Sunday Night Heat went to 2008?
2008, May 30th, 2008.
He went to SmackDown exclusively right after he beat The Rock at SummerSlam for the WWE.
I'm still bamboozled that Sunday Night Heat was there until 2008. God damn.
So yeah, Brock has never wrestled.
Yep, as a
on Raw as a champion.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Anyways, ready for my challenge?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Okay, should I
Unless
go
we're gonna
first?
do
'Cause
JLB.
my challenge is bad.
Well, it depends. Do you want to do your challenge? Is your challenge not going to be super long? Because mine's probably going to be long.
Well, mine's not going to be long. It just might be super bad. I'm sorry for everyone looking at me so close there. My bad.
You better be sorry.
I'm sorry.
You're going to be sorry.
All right, guys. So mine's going to be very simple, very easy, very lame, and very thos. And we'll end with yours because we saved the best for lost. Tried to rhyme there. Yeah. So, guys, I know. Thank you. No, it just got out of my head.
What's in your head? Sorry.
In your head. Why would you do this to me? Now I really fucking forgot. Zombie. Who sang that?
The original version was the Cranberries. Then later there was a version by Bad Wolves that was really good.
Yeah.
It actually was the Bad Wolves version was supposed to be recorded with Dolores from the Cranberries, and she died the day she was supposed to show up to record her part for it. So then they sat around going, fuck, do we release this?
Fuck.
Oh my god, I can't believe you went there.
What do you do? What do we do with this? Do we finish it? Do we not? What fuck? So they finally decided in her memory to put it out. And
it's their one hit
so far. Not the only thing anyone knows them for, but it's really good. So
yeah.
Okay.
So go.
All right. So there is rumors
today, Junior.
Calm yourself. So there is rumors that Bailey is going to be coming into SummerSlam. Coming in sooner rather than later. She's apparently going to be in, I want to say, the Nashville area. I believe that's right. SummerSlam's in Nashville. And I essentially would like you to book her debut and who she's going to end up feuding against. What you would do, not what Vince would do.
I got to decide myself whether I prefer her to come back. I think comebacks usually work best when they come back as faces. So she's going to come back as a face.
Well, I mean, I didn't do that for Bex.
And I hated her comeback as a heel. So I stand by my words. Comebacks work better when they come back as faces. They can turn heel later, but because of just the nostalgia of seeing them come out for the first time in a long time, everyone always loves them when they come back. So you might as well.
Bex was a face until she won.
Yeah, until she cheated to win. Yes. Yeah. And that's my point. Cheat.
She was surprised.
Yeah. A cheap shot is a cheat, but that's beside the point.
It's cheap, but it's not a cheat.
But anyways, my point still being, I think Bailey comes back as a face.
Ding dong, hello.
I think we bring back the wacky waving inflatable arm guys. And everything. Here's the deal: you bring back the wacky waving inflatable arm guys, and she gets to murder him again later when she turns heel. It
has to be the same night. It has to be the same night.
Nope.
Same night.
Nope. She's gonna come back and she's gonna have a run.
That was really just a terrible segment when she murdered him. It didn't work nearly as well as they'd hoped it would.
Oh, I fucking loved it.
Yeah,
I loved the crap out of it.
I enjoyed it. I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it. I'm saying it didn't work as well. Like the murder was. There was too much wailing and screaming by the wacky waving inflatable arm man.
Well, you would wail and scream if you were being murdered by Bailey. Anyways, beside the point, or maybe you just scream in joy. You're like, oh yeah. Anyways, I am OCD and ADD as fuck tonight, so forgive me. So she's come back as a face. Because of that, we have a conundrum because she also should come back and face one of the top people. And right now, the champion on both shows are faces. Which makes it a little tough. I can't put her directly against a champion. But it would be nice to see how would I do it? It would be nice to see a program Bailey versus Bianca. Get some fresh blood for Bianca to feud with. Someone that she's literally never had a feud with.
She's never had a feud with Bailey?
She's like never been on the same show as Bailey.
Oh, facts. Okay.
So she's never had a chance to feud with Bailey.
Yeah, that's fair.
And it would be a good good way to kind of bring her back and give some fresh blood for Bianca to face. I think, however, that we also have to at least slowly start a Bianca turn. I think there's only so long that you can be the cocky face before you become the cocky heel. You know what I mean? Her whole gimmick is, I am the EST, I am the best, I am the fastest, I am the smartest. You know, this stuff. Eventually, that's just begging for a heel turn.
Yeah, she could still say the same shit.
Yeah. I mean, she was effectively a heel during her NXT days. You know, and so, yeah, it doesn't change. It really doesn't actually change her character hardly at all, except instead of coming out and smiling and the crowd going, yeah, you come out and sneer and the crowd goes, boo. But it's got to be a...
Well, and Smart S plays very well into a cheat.
Yeah. And so I think you have SummerSlam, you have Bianca win, maybe not convincingly, but like still a definite win, not cheating on the win, and then Bailey comes out, wacky waving inflatable arm man, her old theme, everything, and she comes down to the ring, and she congratulates Bianca and says she's been so proud of her during this time, and you know, she'd like to issue a challenge for a shot because she's never had a shot, and Bianca accepts the challenge, and then as soon as Bailey turns to leave, Bianca just totally wrecks her with the belt from behind, and then just beats down on her mercilessly there. And says, you think you could come out here and steal my thunder? This was my time to shine. This is my time to be triumphant, and you come out here. And that way you can have the heel turn and have face Bailey for a while. And then the feud can go up till... What are they doing TLC in October?
I believe they are, yeah.
So you can have it go up till TLC. You want it over, the feud part over by Survivor Series, because that's going to take all of the momentum out of it one way or another. So I think that's what I'd do. Fabe?
I don't bring her back as a face. It's I don't have to do that.
No, you don't.
The SmackDown roster's thin, so I'm going to follow the rules and play with the rosters that we have. I'm going to have her interfere in the Ronda and Liv Morgan match, maintaining Liv Morgan as the champion, because she's going to hit Ronda with the new Bailey move, the Bailey bomb. I don't even know what it's going to fucking be. It's just going to be the Bailey bomb. Maybe it's
going to be like a power bomb into the X Factor.
Maybe a leg drop power bomb. Or the Bailey plex. And then Bailey's the one who's doing the fucking jackhammer suplex. It's going to be the Bailey plex. She can do it. She hits Ronda with a Bailey plex and says, "You always overlook me." And then we get a feud, not for the title, with a returning star, and it is probably more invested in than Liv Morgan's title, which is unfortunate, but that's okay. And we get Liv Morgan helping to start boosting some other stars, by trying to put on a fire match with Aaliyah, which won't happen, but actually putting on a fire match with other people.
Snap.
So we have the feud with Ronda and Bayley, and we get a back and forth with some cheating, and it will maybe help Ronda get more over. Maybe. Ding dong.
Wait, do we think that? Oh no!
What?
I put too many stuff into my camera, my hub, and then it's like lost everything. I'll be back.
Okay.
There you go.
There you are.
Okay.
You're back.
It's fucking weird. I'm back. Do we think that Ronda is beating Liv, or do you think they're going to give Liv this win at SummerSlam?
I think they better give Liv it, and that's one way they can do it.
I think Liv's going to get the win. I think this is a setup for Ronda turning heel.
Cool.
In reality, heel Ronda works better than face Ronda.
That would work by me. But I had to book Bayley coming back, and I had to book it with what I think they're trying to do with Ronda.
Facts.
I don't think they're going to take the title off of. They
better don't.
The title off of Liv.
They better don't.
But I don't. I don't think that they're going to turn Ronda heel anytime soon. Let her earn her own heel heat first.
Yep.
I was originally going to say she interfered and had a battle with Bex. I really do like that idea as well, because she could come out and do this. Because they don't like Charlotte anymore, and one of the other horsewomen's gone. So they just do two. And then she turns her back on Bex.
Snap. I wouldn't mind that.
Because Bex could easily be the man again. I was really hoping this week. I was hoping Ric Flair's last match was to be the man. You got to beat the man, and it was going to be against.
So, in fairness, that I'm not going to watch the match because I don't want to see an old man die in the ring.
I mean, that's why I want to watch.
But here's the deal. Okay,
definitely not happening though. I was kind of disappointed.
I'm gonna say this as clearly as I can. If he doesn't die in the ring, this will not be his last match. No. He will have another match in a year if he's still kicking. 2 years.
I don't get why you didn't try to do Hogan versus Flair or something.
I don't think Hogan can do it.
I mean, you don't really have to do anything. Just a punch here, a punch there.
From what I've been reading, Hogan's health is not good. I don't think he's in a condition to even put on a mediocre Hogan match. I don't think he's got.
But no bumps. Like, he doesn't take any bumps. Flair would be taking all the bumps.
Let me be clear what I'm saying. I think Hogan needs help walking sometimes.
Oh,
I will say
that
Sting versus Flair would be great, but
Sting versus Flair would have been a great something because they had some of the most iconic matches. The first match on WCW and the last match on WCW.
On Nitro. Yep, on Nitro. But I don't know. I don't know that there's a good way to pull that off.
Yeah. But the simple fact is, like I said, I think Flair's plan is to die in the ring. I really do.
Well, he's not going to die in the ring when you're tagging with Andrade,
and so that's why I do not think it is. That's why I do not think it will end up being his last match.
I will say this is a long history door breakdown ever.
Well, there's a long history in professional wrestling of retirements that end up not being retirements, right? So how many retirement matches has Terry Funk had? A lot, a fuckload. So if he doesn't die in the ring, I guarantee you he's going to be sitting there thinking over the next 6 months, over the next year, man, I think I could do it again. I got the bug again.
Jesus.
I can do
Yeah.
it. And so now this is the safest way
I
that they
got
could
that
possibly have
jitterbug.
done it, because they've got 2 current generation wrestlers who can bear the brunt of the wrestling in this match. And then they've
We
got
know Jarrett can still take bumps.
and Jarrett can still take bumps, and more specifically can come in there and you know, do the El Kabong on someone and do the strut, and then Flair comes in and does a couple chops and does a strut of his own, you know, and then takes him out, you know.
My God, it's gonna be a strut match.
I suspect we will see about 30,000 chops from Flair, and about as many woos.
Second
And-
best chop in the game,
Mhm.
only behind Walter.
And,
I don't know where the fuck Gunther lays on that.
Yeah, and I'm debating on whether we see a flying nothing.
Is
they
that
don't
the
know-
flip over the rope?
No, the flying nothing is when he climbs to the top rope to, I don't know, do something, but he never
Oh,
does
then they
anything
just
because the
throw
person
it?
just comes and throws him. Yeah, that's the flying nothing. So I suspicion we'll probably see one of those. But like I said, is he's. I'm leaning towards he'll probably be the one who wins the match, like
Right.
pins someone, probably Jeff Jarrett. Because this match isn't like they always say you come in on your back and you go out on your back because it's about setting up the next generation. But there's no one who's next generation in this, right? The closest is Andrade, who's this generation, you know?
And he's partnering with him.
And he's partnering with. So it's not going to set it, yeah. And so, you know, setting up Jay Lethal is not setting up next generation.
I can tell you who won't be taking the fall. Jarrett will not be the one who goes out, who's on his back. He's the WWE guy. He won't be doing it. Vince will not play along.
So here's
I
what
don't
it
think
co-
Vince gives a shit.
I don't think Vince has a say in the finish of this match, because Jeff Jarrett's contract with WWE is as a producer, not as a performer.
Right.
That's how he can. That's how he's in this match in the first place. Is because his contract does not state that he can't wrestle elsewhere, because he doesn't have a performer contract.
Fair enough.
So that's why I don't think Vince has a say in it. I also think Vince wouldn't have a problem with Jeff Jarrett taking the pin to Ric Flair, because I mean, Ric Flair's recently got put back in the then, now, and forever. He got taken out during the Me Too's. Well, not the Me Too's. It was actually the Plane Ride from Hell episode that took him out. But he got put back in there, so he's obviously on better terms with WWE now, right?
Whoa!
Hey!
What are you doing?
Hey!
Wow! So, anyways, but I don't know.
Wow.
I have no interest in actually seeing the match, so there's that.
Right.
I'm not sharing a screen with your ugly ass.
There are other matches on that card that I
I'll
wouldn't
let you
mind
go back
seeing.
on.
Oh, fuck.
Well, if
Such
you guys
as?
are gonna
Do we
disappear,
know-
I'm going to disappear too.
What the fuck? I came back on. Hey guys, I'm too sexy for my shirt.
Wait a minute. What happens if we
Too
all
sexy for
go?
my shirt.
I don't know. What happens?
I don't know. Oh, just there you go.
It shows that.
There it is.
It shows that.
Here's our
Yeah.
background.
I'm
Okay.
too.
I'll turn my camera back on.
All right.
Anyways,
That's not the song anymore. Do we know the other matches?
yes, I looked them up earlier, and I'll look them up again because it's the other matches. Some of them are actually kind of fun, but Ric Flair's last match card. Go to this one. So the card, of course, has Ric Flair's last match, which is Andrade and Ric Flair versus Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. We've talked about that. Impact World Title match: Jacob Fatu versus Josh Alexander, who's the current Impact champion. Yeah.
Okay.
That should be fucking fire. Impact Knockouts World Title Triple Threat: current champion Jordan Grace versus previous champion Deonna Purrazzo and Rachel Ellering. Impact Wrestling match: the Wolves, Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards versus the Motor City Machine Guns, Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley. boys. MLW match: Killer Cross versus Davey Boy Smith Jr. A AAA Fatal 4-Way: Bandito versus Black Taurus versus Laredo Kid versus Ray Phoenix. A New Japan Pro match: Clark Connors versus Ren Narita. An Impact versus MLW interpromotional match: the Briscoes versus the Von Erichs.
Hey, that's worth watching.
And a match they're calling the Legacy match: Ricky Morton and I believe his son Kerry Morton, representing the Rock and Roll Express. I believe there might have other people there with them, but I don't know. Versus Brian Pillman Jr. and Brock Anderson, with Arn Anderson representing the Four Horsemen. So that's the card. And some of those are like you said, the Briscoes versus the Von Erich should be a great match. Bandito versus Black Taurus versus Laredo Kid versus Ray Phoenix.
Sounds really good.
Will be a fun match.
Is Bandito re-signed with ROH yet?
Not with ROH yet, as far as I know, but there are some of these ROH contracts that we don't know, because we still don't know if he's doing like separate Ring of Honor contracts or if he's just putting them all under the AEW banner and sending them back and forth, so we don't know. Anyways, the Wolves versus the Motor City Machine Gun should be fun. Killer Cross versus Davey Boy Smith Jr. should be fun. The Impact Knockouts Championship with Jordan Grace versus Rachel Ellering versus Deonna Purrazzo should be fun. Jacob Fatu versus Josh Alexander should be fun. In fact, the only match out of the night that I just look at and go, I don't think that sounds fun at all, is actually Ric Flair's match. That's
but
good.
There's a nostalgia to it. And so.
There's a nostalgia, but that's good. I'm not interested in watching Ric Flair.
I watched what should have been his last match and may have been the last one that he's wrestled in Impact.
And that was a great match. I mean, it was a little hardcore-ish. It was, I think we mentioned that it was decent.
What do you do when you can't take bumps? Bleed.
Well, that's why he's going to stop taking his blood thinners.
Yeah, what do you do when you're Ric Flair? Bleed.
Yeah, for the promo, for the match.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm already bloody. But
Woo!
anyways, we'll go ahead and move on to my challenge to you guys.
Don't you know?
Don't you know? My challenge inspired by last week's challenge from D.A. Fabe.
I don't even remember what my challenge to you was last week.
Tier listing. This time we're tier listing the Attitude
my
Era.
God.
I can do this. I have no problem with this.
The Attitude Era. Now, not every wrestler from the Attitude Era shows up on this list. You'll also be able to recognize this list as kind of a cheat sheet for me doing my Guess Who Attitude Era.
Oh, snap.
But I noticed you didn't say Gerald Briscoe.
I did not say Gerald Briscoe.
This?
No, someone else did.
I don't like the S, A, B,
a lot of
C,
people.
D.
Well, S means S tier is super tier. A tier, B
understand.
tier, C tier, D tier. This is actually the standard tier listing rating order.
Are you able to create your own out of this tier thing?
You sure are, but I didn't have the time or the energy to do it. So,
All right.
So we're just gonna start off.
Yeah, that's why we
I
steal
hear
other
excuses, but sure.
Yeah, we're gonna start off with
Ding
the
dong. Hello.
first wrestler on this list, The Godfather.
Are we holding them to today's standards in
We're talking Attitude Era, so it's who was
He's
the
a B
tiers
tier.
of the Attitude Era?
He's a B tier, mid card titler.
Who?
Godfather.
B.
Mankind.
Specific. Do we have the other?
It's just
Both
Mankind
faces?
on this one. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Mankind's the one that held the title. I would almost put him in S tier because he is a legend.
Yeah, that's
Mick
GOAT.
Foley. But I would. Yeah, you're okay with GOAT?
I'm GOAT, yeah.
Yep. I don't think there's any question here. The Rock is GOAT.
Yeah.
I need confirmation. Okay.
Gerald Briscoe. God, those guys irritated me. But that was their job.
D.
D or C?
D.
You D? Okay, D. That's obviously also one of the actual goats. Undertaker.
I'm assuming you agree.
Yeah, of course.
You quit texting whoever you're texting, and
HBK is tough because in terms of Attitude Era,
he was kind of
he kicked it off, and then he obviously broke his back and had the spinal stenosis and was out for however long.
That's why he's not GOAT status. I feel.
I think he's an A tier. I think of all time, but of Attitude Era, I think he's just good. He's of all time, he's in the GOAT category, but of Attitude Era, I think he's an A. He was really absent for it, which sucks because that's my favorite wrestler of all time. Mark Henry, really, you're going that low? Well, we aren't getting Hall of Fame Mark though either, because that's Ruthless Aggression.
I am not going anywhere. I am
he's just
waiting for someone to tell me where to put him.
I think he's a B tier or C tier as Attitude Era. I think once we got.
I think he goes where Godfather goes, but I don't feel like
so?
he might be less than Godfather. I'm going with either B or C.
The most memorable thing in the
there's nothing memorable in the Attitude Era aside
in the
from
Attitude Era is the hand, and that's why I'm at C tier. That's really why I'm at C tier.
That's why I'd go with C as well. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Gross. Ooh,
Now, this specifically has them as tag team.
I'm gonna let you go first on this one. See what your thoughts are.
This is the Acolytes.
Yeah,
Correct. Farouk and Bradshaw.
and it's Acolytes. It's not
before
APA.
APA. Okay. I almost feel like they're B close to A.
Yeah, I was gonna say A tier. I don't think they're an S tier tag team even. They only held those titles once.
Yeah, I don't think they're HBK level A though.
No, that's true. They're probably B tier.
Yeah.
They only held the tag titles once, and it was as the Acolytes. That's crazy to think about.
Well, it's the big slow.
So many stories leading to the Ruthless Aggression era with him. He had the great spot where he destroyed, where he came in and destroyed Stone Cold. It wasn't much better than that though during the Attitude Era. I'm probably A or B on this.
I'll agree with B.
I don't like it. But again, the best parts of his career were really the Ruthless Aggression era. Sable. Is that Sable? Is that right?
This is Trish.
Trish.
Oh, Jesus.
As
Not all
a
blonde
woman-
women look alike. Sexist pig.
As a woman, I think it's tiny, man.
I would say GOAT.
Yeah, I think she's a goat in the women's. So Pat Patterson can join Gerald Briscoe down at D. Unless we just want to be dicks and put him in the C tier just to be mean.
I mean, I feel like Pat Patterson was the better one, though. So he almost
is
goes
Sable.
in the C.
Well, I think it's supposed to be Sable, but I'm pretty sure that's Deborah.
Is it Deborah? Is Sable on there?
I think
Sable's
that's
not-
Deborah.
That is Deborah, but Sable's not on this list, which is why I think it's supposed to be Sable. I think someone just made it.
Well,
up.
Sable was. Sable
No, but
was
that's like
more
Deborah's
86.
pose.
If it's Deborah, it's C or D. If it's Sable, it's B or C.
Yeah.
So that's why I
I'd
think
agree with
it's
that.
supposed to be Sable because she had the bigger impact in WWE Attitude Era. Because remember, a large portion of the Attitude Era, Deborah.
Yeah, no, I found the
was
exact
over at
picture. That's
WCW.
Deborah.
That
Okay.
no, I know that's Deborah, but I think
Okay.
it's a mistake. I think they put it on here thinking it was Sable.
Okay,
Well,
well, we're gonna
radio,
go. I would say C.
Okay, so we're just gonna
Because-
make it Sable. Is that what we're doing here?
No, I mean you can call it whichever you want. C or D is Deborah. B or C is Sable. So
Because here's the
Fair.
deal: is like my
just
Deborah
put
had
it
a bigger
C.
impact in WCW during the Attitude Era, really, right?
Yeah,
Because she was Deborah McMichael with Mongo McMichael.
and then she cheated on him with Stone Cold Steve Austin
Yep,
and married him, and then they
yep. But
divorced.
again, that was later, and
Yeah.
so that was almost Ruthless Aggression Era. It's still Attitude Era, but it was towards the end. Anyways, okay.
Viscera. Do I dare put an actual wrestler in D?
Yeah, I'd put Viscera in D.
So would I.
Mabel, different story, but I'd put Viscera in D.
But Mabel is the PG 95 era.
Yeah.
Mabel
X-Pac.
was almost the third man.
Oh my god.
That's fucked
stop.
up. That's a thing,
Stop.
no.
Just stop.
It's the rumor, like, and the reason I'd say rumor is apparently it's one of the things that Eric Bischoff likes to throw in Dave Meltzer's face is that Dave Meltzer at the time reported that there was talks to have Mabel be the third man in the NWO.
Oh God.
Prior to Hulk Hogan showing up, Dave Meltzer had reported that he'd heard that they wanted to put Mabel as the third man. Eric Bischoff says that it was never a conversation whatsoever,
I believe that.
which I believe. However, what I'm not sure I believe is Eric Bischoff says that he doesn't have any idea where Dave Meltzer got that, and I think that Eric Bischoff probably purposefully leaked fake information.
Oh, probably.
That's
and
possible. Yeah.
and is just now playing dumb about it. All right. Anyways, X Pac.
For all the impact that DX is, this is the worst member of DX.
B.
C is where I'm at.
Oh
So,
wow. Who's next?
Who do I
We're putting him with Deborah and Mark?
Oh god, dude. What's his
Come
best
on,
storyline?
he's at least with
Give me
Big
the
Show.
best storyline as X-Pac. Is it with Kane?
Oh my
Kane
god,
and
I was going
Tori?
to mention that.
Is that the really great storyline that's moving him up to B? Is it a Bronco Buster on Trish? That's the big storyline that moves him up.
I wish I could Bronco Buster Trish. I'm just saying.
Misogyny 101.
Yep.
What's the storyline?
Yeah, that's
that
fair.
moves him up
I
to-
mean,
up to
it's
B?
true because this is X-Pac. It's not 1, 2, 3 Kid.
Yeah, you can be Rick or Razor Ramon versus 1, 2, 3 Kid. I'm in. You give me him as 6 in WCW. He actually made a difference there. I'm in. There was a cruiserweight title. What
All
is
right.
it with X-Pac?
That's
that
fair,
makes
though.
him
That's
up
a fair
with the
point.
acolytes or Big Show?
C. Yeah, you're right.
China.
That's an A tier, possibly.
A or goat. Yeah. I
I'm gonna
almost
go
would
with-
put her goat.
I would not scoff at you for that.
Yeah, I just almost feel like she's done so much for the women's division. She did what Luna wanted to do for the women's division.
But she didn't do it a lot for the women's division. That's the part that makes it. She did it for the Intercontinental title. She did it for Triple H and HBK, or Triple H and the rest of DX without HBK. So I'm okay with either of those. I'm absolutely okay with her being S tier. But I'm justifying if you did decide A. I'm okay with either of those. She's probably an S tier.
Yeah.
She opened up women's wrestling by being something Vince wanted to see on. Oh, I guess that works.
Okay.
Dudley's,
the Dudley boys.
God, I think they're an A tier.
Yeah, I would go with A tier.
By themselves, they don't draw. There's all three of the teams for the TLC are on here, and all three of those teams are S tier at the TLC match, but not in the TLC match. They're not the primary draw, like the S tiers are. We know Mankind's an S tier because when you announce to the world that he's going to win the title over The Rock, people switch channels.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's A tier as well. Edge and Christian.
Yeah, I would go
For
with
those
A-tier.
with the benefit of flash photography.
A tier?
Yeah, that's
A-tier.
A tier.
Okay. I just didn't hear a confirmation. Gangrel.
I mean, C. You're
Okay,
perfect
C,
where you
I'm okay
are.
with C. I thought you were saying B. When I heard C, I was like, the middle tier? No, he's below that.
Oh, I'm
Ooh,
sorry,
man.
Goldust.
Oh, are you kidding me? You're going to go low.
Man, you're either at C or D, Goldie. As Goldust, you never did anything for me. Your best storyline was maybe the one with Ahmed.
Oh, are you fucking kidding me? The matches with Triple H. Oh, my God.
You're right about
Roddy
that.
Roddy
Yeah.
Piper, Hollywood backlot brawl.
True.
Oh,
Okay.
so much.
Maybe
good
that
stuff.
moves him to a B.
During the Attitude Era, it's so good.
Mm.
I would say B or A.
Wow. You're putting him up there
Oh
with
my
Edge
God,
and
he
Christian
just
and the
opened
Dudley
doors.
Boys.
If B's where you're at, I'm okay with B. But man, Attitude Era, he personifies
He was
it.
Attitude Era. He's above Big Show.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, you're even swapping.
Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, okay, just put Austin and fucking GOAT. Let's go.
Yeah, do we need to even spend time on this?
I just need
You can put Austin and Goat at the front of the line, like
At the front of the line.
there
Along with
are
The Rock.
3 characters or 4 characters that we know people changed the channel
you
because they were
can't.
going to be on, and those first 4 are it.
There.
Those are the 4 characters we know people changed the channel because they were on.
Yeah.
To go watch them.
Who the hell is this guy? I can't
Ken
tell who that
Shamrock.
is. Oh,
I
C.
have him as an A.
Ken Shamrock?
Ken Shamrock tapped out HBK and Bret Hart in the same night while they were feuding for the world title.
Right.
He's the first MMA star to go to WWE. If you want to put him at B, that's on you. But man, I think he's an A tier.
He legitimately could still probably beat many of the wrestlers on the roster
And he looks
in
like
legitimate
shit.
fights.
Yeah, he could. Fine. B. We're going with B.
I'm
Is
okay
that
with
what
B
we're
if
doing?
that's where you want to put him.
I could see him along those. Yeah, I mean, he could definitely legitimately beat the shit out of almost everyone on the roster for sure. That's a given.
And this is the dude who could legitimately beat the shit out of everyone.
GOAT.
Yeah, I don't see how you can not have Kurt Angle and Goat.
GOAT.
Even during the Attitude Era, man, people tuned in for him. Yeah,
Yeah.
Goat.
And he was the one that came up with the idea. On top of that, the whole Y2K thing.
That was
he's
beautiful. That countdown and everything. Oh my gosh, it was fantastic.
Oh, you didn't know?
Now, I will say when that countdown was happening, and it actually happened, while I was sitting there watching, as a tag team, are they A or B? Most entertaining promos.
I'd put him with B. Kind of makes sense too, but A.
They're not in the TLC group. They're not.
No, B. All right, I'll agree with that.
I will say when Jericho did when he showed up that night, I was like, what? Why is Jericho taking on The Rock? He's gonna get smoked. I was like, he sucks. 1004 holds, huh? That's how good the 1004 holds promo was. 20-year-old me was going, you suck. Or 19-year-old, I guess.
Okay. Sorry. Shane O'Mac. Money, money,
Shane
money,
is the
money.
best of the McMahons at C tier.
Money. Do I hear confirmation? Do I hear debate?
B. I mean,
His top rope cage stuff was more ruthless aggression era.
no, but him and Steve Blackman on top of that, bro. That was Attitude Era.
You can decide.
I
I'm okay with
mean,
B.
yeah, we'll go with B. He's better than X-Pac.
Legit, based on their Bret the Hitman Hart,
Goat.
That
Goat
HBK
or A.
He's an A tier. For Attitude Era, he needed a faction around him. He's an A tier.
Yeah.
If he wasn't feuding with somebody who could carry the feud verbally, it wasn't there. Steph.
Before
Steph.
she invented
Okay,
women.
Steph will be the C tier McMahon.
Yeah,
And
because
then
she
you
was
just
like
put
the
Vince.
best just after the Attitude Era.
Are we qualifying Vince as okay? We're gonna go Blackman now.
Mm-hmm.
Where Ken Shamrock is or lower.
Well, good job putting Ken Shamrock in the B tier, dumbass. It means you just put Steve Blackman in the C tier. If you move Shamrock up one, you can move Blackman up one.
Shamrock does not deserve to be near Trips. Stop it.
Oh my God! Shut up. You're not playing anymore.
Who do we have next?
Test
Oh God.
C tier.
C. Yeah.
Kane is A tier.
Gotta be
A.
Kane.
A tier.
Ken is A.
Now, this is on-screen character or who he really is.
Because if it's who he really is, he's D.
character. Yeah, if it's who he really is, it's tough not to know. And he was so easy to hate as an on-screen character, probably because in real life he's really a hateable human being.
Right.
But
I'd say A or
as-
GOAT.
He's A or D. I don't know how to do this. Like as an on-screen character,
Well, obviously on-screen character.
then he's probably an A. I don't know that Stone Cold's where he is without Vince. Oh fuck! That makes me sick to my stomach.
Well, here's the deal. It's a lot of these people probably wouldn't be where they were if it weren't for Vince, right?
True.
And I'm not talking about backstage. I'm
You're talking about
from an
character on
on-screen
television.
character.
Yes.
Most of Stone Cold's biggest feuds.
HBK's promos pre-Attitude Era.
Mm-hmm.
McMannequin.
Mm-hmm. Many of The Rock's greatest feuds were against or involving Vince.
Corporate Mankind.
Mm-hmm.
Corporate Kane.
Corporate Kane. You know,
The Ministry, which is what that picture is the Ministry. Yep. Yeah.
And so, there's a there's a lot to be said. I mean, we can talk as much as we want about how he's a horrible human being and reportedly not exactly great to work with either, outside of the sexual assault. But as a character on screen, he drove the Attitude Era, right?
Yeah. He was the primary attitude of the Attitude Era.
And so,
all right.
Team Extreme.
A tier.
Yeah.
D'Lo. If this was a head wagging competition, he's the goat.
Oh, come on. Greatest European champion of all time.
But he's B tier.
All right, I'll give him B.
Where were you gonna put him?
You can put him in C. But he's really good though, so that's
Dude,
not fair,
he's
Kilo.
solidly fits
He was
with
pretty
Gold
badass.
Dust
Yeah.
and Godfather.
Yeah,
Just because
that's fair.
you miscategorized Ken Shamrock doesn't mean that.
Oh my god, here we go again. Get out of my way! I don't know. You said it on the Warzone game. I don't know if he actually said.
Is this Chris and Eddie? Is this the Radicals? Is that what we're doing? All of
This
the Radicals?
picture has Chris, but it just has Chris and Eddie. So
I can't see Saturn.
mm-hmm.
I have to assume it's
I
the
can't see
Radicals.
Dean.
The thing is, Dean.
I mean, go
and
either way.
I'm going to say A tier as the Radicals.
Okay, fine. A tier as the Radicals.
And then rounding it out with a couple of women. Got Jacqueline.
Three women. A few women.
Couple is more than two.
A couple is only two.
B or C?
When I say it, it's two or more.
I'm willing to put her in A.
Jackie?
I think she was very underrated, to be frank with you.
So do I, but that doesn't mean that I'd put her in A tier. It's
Okay.
like a B tier.
Fine, B.
Ivory's A tier.
Okay.
Would you swap those two?
I would swap them. But
Oh,
I
man.
guess Ivory got more showcasing, though. That is fair. But Jacqueline was just so underrated.
And
That's
right
the
to
issue.
censor, Ivory was such a bitch. She was fantastic.
Yeah, sure. I don't know. Okay, we'll go with that. I'm not happy, but it's fine.
Swap them then. Smarks, swap them. let's see if Smarks feels that that's. Do you feel that feels right?
I do not care. This is not my list.
You can't use my lines. You can't use my lines. This is my lines. Oh God. I do not like the appearance of those two like that, but okay, that's fine. If I can get what you want.
See, all I'm gonna say is, if you say someone was underrated, you can say it all you want, but that just means they were underutilized and they didn't have good feuds.
They didn't have a good impact.
They didn't have a big impact. So if you're rating them on this, like, I mean, I get it, but I can look in here and I can say I think Ken Shamrock was wildly underrated. I think he should be top of the A tier.
Yeah, he should be knocking on the door of S tier. Yeah,
But we're talking about the storylines that he actually had. I think Steve Blackman should be way higher.
Yeah,
Steve Blackman is literally one of the toughest SOBs that ever wrestled in WWE. Dude got dysentery and malaria at the same time, and nearly died. And instead of staying in a hospital, he fucking checked himself out and made his way home. Right? He went from Durban to Johannesburg, South Africa, up to Kenya, to Amsterdam, then to New York City, and then finally to his home. All on his own. Right?
walking.
Well,
barefoot.
not walking, but he lost 35 pounds of body weight during this time. And he still did it. And then he went back to training for fucking MMA.
But
That's fair.
his storyline sucked.
But his storyline sucked. So that's what puts him down here, So.
That's why I think Ivory's higher than Jacqueline, but it's fine. Whatever.
Last one.
Lita.
D. Because that's what I
Wow.
want to give her. Welcome to Misogyny 101.
Oh my god.
She's the GOAT. She's the obvious GOAT. She's the top of the women.
Yeah.
So
that's
she'd be over here?
fair. She'd be over there. I'd almost give her A. But
I mean,
yeah, I'll go
let's
with
be
B.
honest about it. People did tune in to see Lita.
People tuned in to see what thong she was wearing.
Gotta see that whale
But
tail.
She was a
They tuned in to watch them put a bed in the ring.
No, they didn't. No one tuned in for the fucking RKO Slutfest.
Slutfest? What are you talking about?
What do you mean? The whole bed in the ring and they went all fucking.
How's that have to do with RKO?
Not RKO. Rated. What were they called? Wasn't he rated RK? Rated R.
It was just Edge and her at the time, though. It wasn't
rated R. I think. Sorry, my bad. See what happens when they reuse fucking gimmicks? Well, it's not rated R now. No, it's rated RK Bro. RK Bro. Wait, there is no rated in it, is it? All right, nope. I'm sorry.
Nope, you're just fucking dying right now.
I'm dying. Just dying. Put me off the pastor. Let me die.
There's a lot less wrestlers on this one.
There were a lot less. And that's why I said, I mean, there were wrestlers that probably should have been. We mentioned Sable. If that's Deborah, then Sable should have been on this list, even though
who else?
She wouldn't have been super high. I'm just kind of going through here and trying to think. Well, like you said, Val Venus isn't on here at all. Trying to think who else was in WWF at the time. At the time, I was more a WCW guy, so I'm not remembering everything.
Gilbert.
Mockery
of Goldberg. I'm just repulsed. No, switch Ivory and fucking Jacqueline. It's not true.
Just fucking do it.
It's not true. It's not.
I don't want true. I don't want him to have a fucking panic attack.
You want to move them both down a tier, that's fine. But Ivory is definitely better than Jacqueline.
All right.
For fuck's sake, man.
Steve Blackman was ranked number 70 in the PWI 500 in 2001. 70.
You know what's interesting? I actually watched
Where was Ken Shamrock ranked?
50 wrestlers who could actually kick somebody's ass. Blackman was up there pretty high. Number one was Brock, because Brock could actually kick somebody's ass. Followed by Kurt Angle, followed by, I want to say Steve Blackman or Ken Shamrock, one of those two.
I was having this conversation at work. This is kind of what got me thinking of this.
Hockey's
There's another thing that played into it. But I said, don't get me wrong. Every guy currently in the WWE could kick my ass. No questions about it. Hands down. But if I had to pick three that I would not want to step into the ring in any way, shape, or form, current WWE, it'd be Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley, and Matt Riddle.
Because they're all actual MMA stars.
Yes. This conversation started because WWE decided to stir up things, which also makes me think that something's going to happen involving this at SummerSlam. Stir up things by reposting the video, the backstage video of when Goldberg met Matt Riddle last year, after Matt Riddle had been talking smack about Goldberg on Twitter, right? And he's like, hey, bro, hey, man, we need to talk. And Matt Riddle's like, no, dude, I'm here. I'm going to go watch your match, and I'm in the building. You can find me. You can find me, bro. And he's like, we need to talk. It was disrespectful. He's like, bro, you can, if you want to talk, you can find me, bro. First of all, I ain't your bro. And I'm like, dude, Matt Riddle would wipe the floor with Goldberg. Even Goldberg in
Chris Jericho did.
Yeah.
Wipe the floor with Goldberg.
Yeah.
According to Goldberg, they're okay now, though. According to Goldberg,
fine.
they're kind of the same guy.
But in the end, that's what I said. If there's, three wrestlers in the current WWE, I wouldn't pick a fight with. It's those three. And frankly, it's not as absolutely clear cut as who would be number one. I mean, Brock probably, but Bobby Lashley is fucking up there.
The thing that Bobby's got going that Brock doesn't is Bobby's not yet 40 and Brock is 46, 47.
Bobby Lashley is 44.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So he's not that much
younger. Black don't crack, bud. So
but Bobby and that's what I'd say. yes, it's Bellator, but Bobby Lashley has a better MMA record
Yes.
than
Yep. He
Brock
doesn't have the
Lesnar
3
does.
losses that Brock does.
Brock does have the UFC championship under his belt that Bobby Lashley doesn't have. But you know,
Lashley's unbeaten in Bellator. Is that right?
Unbeaten in Bellator. He does in his full MMA career. He's got 2 losses,
Which is one less than Brock.
which is 1 less than Brock. And he's like, let me pull it up again because I had it up earlier. And
That means Jake Hager has the best MMA record of all professional wrestlers.
quite possibly. I mean,
I believe Jake Hager's unbeaten. I think he's had 2 draws, but
pulling up Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, I think he did have 2 draws though, technically, and I think he had 5 matches in total. I think.
Jake Hager MMA record.
Yeah, so I'm checking.
Bobby Lashley's
It's
official
2-0
record.
Bellator.
Yeah, 2-0
Oh.
in Bellator. But 2-0 in Bellator is not quite the same as Bobby Lashley's official record of 15-2.
Yes.
Oh damn!
Now
that-
again, the 2 losses are not in Bellator. They're in one was in Strikeforce and one was in SFL Super Fight League. And one of them was by decision after 3 rounds. So, you know, that's still a loss, don't get me wrong. But when you look at his wins, he's like submission by rear naked choke, TKO on punches, TKO on punches, TKO on submission 2 punches, submission, rear naked choke, unanimous decision, submission, rear naked choke, submission key lock, unanimous decision, TKO punt on punches, TKO on submission 2 punches, technical submission on the guillotine choke, decision unanimous, TKO on doctor stoppage. That was on his first match. It only lasted 41 seconds.
Damn.
I actually watched his most recent match, which was in 2016. So it's been 6 years since his last MMA match. But it was versus Josh Apelt, I think is how he pronounced Apelt. And even though it went 2 rounds, minute and 30 in the second round, fucking Josh Apelt was outmatched the entire time. He was constantly on the ground just getting punched. And then he left his back open and got a hit in his rear naked choke and tapped immediately. Because you don't fuck around when actual MMA fighters got you in a rear naked choke, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah.
Fuck.
So
Lashley
if we,
has the better record then.
but again, you do have to keep in mind that Brock Lesnar was in UFC, which is a higher caliber of, you know, MMA. So definitely has the thing. But Brock Lesnar is 5'3", so
With 1 no contest because it was overturned.
yep.
That was the groin shot.
Mm-hmm.
He beat the fuck out of him and then his balls.
But so Bobby Lashley's fought twice as many fights as Brock Lesnar has had.
Who has twice as many fights?
Bobby Lashley.
Oh yeah.
In a shorter amount of time.
In a short amount of time. But Brock
Bellator, they
Lesnar's
turn around
were
and fight.
yeah. But Brock Lesnar's were in UFC, so a higher caliber
fighters.
You know, so yeah, because I mean, you look at the names that Brock Lesnar fought, and it's like Randy Couture, Frank Mir, Cain Velasquez, Alistair Overeem. You know, those are all
Right.
like big names.
He lost to Overeem though, no?
Did lose to Overeem. Yep.
Yeah.
Lost to Overeem, lost to Couture once, lost to Frank Mir once,
Mm.
lost to Cain Velasquez
Um,
once. No, did not lose to Couture ever.
Yeah, didn't lose to Couture. Won TKO in the second
Lost to
round.
Frank Mir once.
Frank
beat him
Mir,
once,
Cain Velasquez, and Alistair Overeem.
and the no contest.
Well, Frank Mir was a fucking. He had a streak going for a hot minute, and then he
Frank
just
Mir
went downhill.
Frank Mir was really good at catching people and getting them into an ankle lock,
Yeah.
which is exactly what he did to Brock.
Yep, submission knee bar.
Yep.
So then the next time they fought,
Brock
was
beat the fuck out of him.
You ain't getting my leg this time.
There were so many hammer punches. Oh my god.
They had only 2, or they had 3 matches.
Frank Mir, 2.
2. Okay, yeah.
Lost the first one, won the second one. So, but yeah, I mean, in the end, but if we extend it further, like fucking Ken Shamrock and Steve Blackman are also ones that I'm like, nope, I ain't getting in the ring with them.
Absolutely not. No, thank you. Or Jake Hager for that matter. 3-0 in MMA total, 2-0 in Bellator. He's currently suspended. I don't know why. I'm curious. Suspended from MMA. Struck an official. Oh no, AEW. That's why they have him suspended. Suspended from Bellator.
Let's see. Ken Shamrock's official MMA record. It's in a way more impressive than any of the other ones we've talked about, although also kind of not. 28 wins, 17 losses, and 2 draws. So he's had a lot more losses, but he's also had a lot more wins too. I mean, he's lost as many fights as fucking Bobby Lashley's been in.
Damn.
But he's also won a shit ton of them.
Right.
And
This was who? Couture you were looking at?
that was Ken Shamrock.
Shamrock.
Oh, okay, Shamrock.
Shamrock
Yeah,
was the
well-
runner-up in the very first ever MMA.
Yeah, exactly. And
Dude.
also, too, I feel like he was fighting in
When
every
Royce
UFC.
Gracie. What?
I feel like he was fighting in every UFC up until, like, I don't know, 30.
Well, he was in the
50
first
or
one until
something.
like 2002.
Shit. Okay, damn. Yeah, that's a lot.
Royce Gracie made him tap with the front guillotine, I think is what it was.
Give me a second to go back. I went away from him.
Shamrock versus Gracie won in 1993. Submission at 57 seconds in round 1.
Damn. Yeah, but that's when they really like had no.
Well, you also got to
UFC was
remember
very weird then too, though.
when
Yeah.
UFC started, when MMA just in general started, it really stuck to the name mixed martial arts. It was like, here is a Muay Thai expert versus a karate expert. Here is, like in this case, Royce Gracie. Here is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu expert versus a, I don't know, whatever, Muay Thai or whatever. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then later, then eventually people started realizing, hey, if I start mixing some jiu-jitsu in with my Muay Thai, I'm going to be better in this UFC. And so now you don't have single discipline
Styles.
specialists anymore. right? Everyone's
You've
a
got
mixed.
collegiate style takedowns followed up by
Mhm.
jiu-jitsu style grappling on the mat. You've got
Oh,
some
Minoru
taekwondo
Suzuki,
kicks.
another wrestler that I would not want to step in the cage with.
Haku's in that
Haku,
category.
yep, definitely on that. I was reminded Minoru Suzuki. Ken Shamrock's second loss ever was at Pancrase against Minoru Suzuki by submission.
Oh, really? Shit.
And I shouldn't say it was in the final because it wasn't in the final. It was one of the semifinals that Royce Gracie beat him.
And then later they had a draw at UFC 5.
Shamrock and Gracie.
Mm-hmm.
They wrestled. They fought 3 matches. I think Gracie took them all though, or the draw and then the 2 wins.
Lost. I'm looking through here just to make sure. First one, UFC 1, lost to Royce Gracie. Find the second one. Second one was the draw.
Gracie beat him in the 3rd match too, and that was in Bellator in 2016.
Yeah, so that was his last match so far. But I gotta look up something here because remember I told you his second loss ever was against Minoru Suzuki. He then faced Minoru Suzuki again later and lost. And so
what was his record? Minoru Suzuki?
Minoru Suzuki? I don't know Minoru Suzuki. Give me a second though. Ken Shamrock's was 28-17 and 2 draws. But here, let me.
When it started getting a lot more advanced is when Shamrock started losing. He had Tito 2 losses to Tito. We saw that turned out later on in Tito's life.
Minoru Suzuki is 29-19 with 1 no contest.
Dan Severn's another wrestler at one point.
Yeah. Yep.
Dan Severn's
who also wasn't on the list.
Son of a bitch. And they split.
Anyway,
so Shamrock's UFC record is 28-17-2. So dude has had his face punched.
A lot. Okay.
But he's done more face punching.
He also has done that, yes. Okay, well, let's go ahead and move into our game of pick or pass. So I'm going to start off. We'll just start off where we were talking, MMA. We're going to start off with the big dogs right now. Bobby Lashley, Brock Lesnar, pick or pass. And we'll go, I don't know, that way to D.A. Fabe first.
To me, you're looking at the camera row down below. I get it.
No, I really pointed in a random direction and then said your name.
There. Now it makes it true.
That way.
Anyway, sorry. I was too busy looking at other stuff to realize my camera wasn't on. But now that it's going to stay off for a reason. Anyway, I am taking Brock Lesnar.
Can't fault you.
So I am going to give, because I know what's going to Smarks, Jake Hager and Bobby Lashley.
Aren't I doing this?
Mm-hmm.
Jake Hager, Bobby Lashley.
But I know who you're taking, so that means I know who's going to Smarks.
Do you? Bobby Lashley.
Okay, see? I knew who you were taking.
Okay. Jake Hager or he's an athlete, Baron Corbin.
Baron Corbin.
There's about 18 names that you could have said, and none of them would have been good for our game.
Baron Corbin, heartbeat. Okay. Jake Hager
I'm likely to take Jake Hager. I like Jake Hager.
or Steve Blackman.
In a real fight?
As of now, we're just still making our rosters, so whatever. But I'm giving you Steve Blackman in his prime.
I'm gonna take Jake Hager. More upside. I think there's more upside to Jake Hager. Steve Blackman or Gold Dust.
Just the Gold Dust character?
Yes, in its in the Gold Dust character prime. Marlena's coming out to the ring with him. Terry Reynolds, Marlena, whatever. He's the eccentric Hollywood ass. He's fondling Razor Ramon.
Oh, Jesus Christ! I'm gonna say Gold Dust just because I found him more entertaining.
Absolutely. I don't blame you there.
Yeah. So Steve Blackman. Or did we say Steve Blackman or
You can go pretty high here, and Smarks will still
I know
pull Blackman off. So, I mean, I don't think you can go
Blackman
like Roman Reigns, but I think you can
or
go pretty high here.
Riddle.
That's a tough battle.
Steve Blackman, but only because he's got the sticks.
Oh my god!
Hey, he had the Lions Den match. Him and Shamrock did. Weapons on the wall.
Yep. Pop, pop, pop. And I do it again. Okay, so Riddle or
Oh, I like that one. That's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time.
yeah, you're gonna choose. You're gonna choose. Well, here we're gonna venture.
Say Riddle or Christopher Daniels.
No, I want to keep it high, not fucking.
You and your
tombstone it.
ability to devolve it.
Riddle or Haku.
Oh, still sticking with the MMA. I'm going to take Riddle. Haku was feared because he was genuinely tough, but he wasn't. When there's rules involved, I don't know that he would have had that much.
Oh, come on. He was the Monster Mang.
I'm still taking Riddle. I think there's a lot more long-term upside. And that takes a lot from me because once upon a time, I really didn't like Riddle. He's growing on me. He is growing on me, man. I admit it grew past.
Faby.
So you get Haku / Meng or Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
I'm too young for Ricky.
Two guys who both should have held the world championship and never did.
I'd probably go with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
I don't blame you.
Just because I've seen more of his matches than Mang, technically.
Mang or Haku.
Haku. Who else was he? That was it?
Mang. Mang
Mang and
Haku. One of his brothers was the barbarian for a while.
Yes.
I don't
Okay.
know if the barbarian was actually a brother, but let me look that up.
Might not have been. I thought he was a member of the Anawai family, but maybe not.
So
Maybe Haku wasn't, and I just have it completely wrong.
I think Haku is in there.
Like maybe
He's-
maybe married
But
in.
he's Tongan, not Samoan. So,
Might have been married in.
so I'm going to look up here. But, I mean, keep in mind that Haku is also the father of Tamatonga and Tongaloa. Adopted father of them, but, you know. And then Tongaloa is I guess his actual son. Tamatonga is his adopted son. And then Hikuleu is his other adopted son. I did not know that. Yeah, it looks like he's not a part of the Anawai family. So,
Fair enough. My error.
but
I own it.
I haven't come to the barbarian yet. So give me a second. The barbarian. So they're both Tongan, but it does not look like they are related.
Oh, okay.
So, anyways, so is it to me yet? Do you...
Yeah, isn't it your turn to give to me?
Did you give him Ming and who?
I give to you, you give to him, he gives to
Yes,
me.
I gave him Ming and
Steamboat.
Steamboat.
So
You
Steamboat.
chose
Oh.
Steamboat. Who did you give
So
him?
you have to give
Oh,
me.
okay, snap. So Ming or we'll keep it in the Samoan Tonga. Ming or Umaga.
Polynesia.
Meng.
I got Ming there.
Yeah. Overall. So, Umaga or trying to see if there's a way I can to keep this up. Umaga or
Well, Umaga wasn't bad. Wasn't Umaga someone else also in like
Yeah,
Didn't
him
he
and
play-
Rikishi were a tag team at one point.
Yeah. But
Wild Samoans, maybe? Were they the
yeah.
Wild Samoans?
I'm gonna have to look it up to be certain. But
Got it. You figure out your challenge.
Umaga, the Wild Samoans go back to before
Head
Umaga,
shrinkers, maybe?
but 3-minute warning.
Oh. Maybe they didn't wrestle together. They're actual brothers. Him and Rikishi are.
Well, we'll go ahead and put the brothers up. Umaga or Rikishi?
Entertainment value, I gotta go with Rikishi. Sorry, to Umaga. So Umaga, or I'm going to completely change this up. I'm going to go somewhere completely different, and I'm going to go with Stevie Richards. Whatever era, the very best you can get for Stevie Richards.
I don't know, man. I would say Stevie Richards. I really loved BWO.
Oh, yeah,
I
his
really
character
loved
was
RTC. I really loved, yeah. So I
I don't blame you.
Sorry,
Stevie
Umaga.
Richards' character stuff was great. Umaga was fantastic in the ring, but
Yeah. I'm just trying to uplift it though.
I mean this guy was a challenger for the world title against Cena.
In a weird side note, when we're talking about, do you know that Roman Reigns is actually at the same level in the family tree as Yokozuna?
Oh, in terms of generations?
In terms of generation, yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's just a lot younger than Yokozuna was.
He's just a whole lot younger. Yes.
Mm.
But I was just noticing that, and I'm like, that's interesting.
It's probably him and The Rock are probably, well, The Rock is
that's the same generation as well, although The Rock's,
his mom is an Anoa'i.
well, sort of.
Yeah,
I think that's a blood relation thing, not a blood, like a blood brother sort of a thing, because the Anoa'i family, Peter Maivia was blood brothers to the Anoa'i at that level. So he isn't technically an Anoa'i, but they
like
do
Godfather
consider that
type relationship. Yeah,
they do consider that a
blood.
Yeah, a relationship there. So, anyways,
Well, they also want to keep it going too, right? So they're not gonna just go based off of.
Well, Roman's purely based off of actual relationship.
Yeah, I mean, the Anoa'i family had no problems putting out a bunch of sons to keep the bloodline going. So,
Right.
Because let me count here. If we go back to the great grandfather, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sons from that. And so then they've all come down from there. That spread out even more. That they got no problem keeping the bloodline going. However, I do know in a lot of those Polynesian cultures, they do consider blood brothers as part of the family. That you know what I mean? That brings you into the family officially. So in terms of their family trees, it's official, even though it's not genetically official, if that makes any sense.
That's fair.
But
yeah, that pulled up on Sportskeeda. Is that where that's at?
I have just the Wikipedia page up for
oh, and it has it?
Yep. Under the Anoa'i.
Oh, it does,
yeah.
Oh.
And I'm not even going to try to say the names of the grandparents. I would be doing them a disservice. But you can see there that there's a line in between the grandparents and Peter Maivia.
Yeah, I see that.
But down here at the bottom, we've got let me see. Joshua Fatu is Jay Uso. Jonathan Fatu is Jimmy Uso. Over here, Joseph Sifa Fatu is Solo Sikoa. Those are all sons of Rikishi. There's also another son who isn't apparently a wrestler as of yet, at least.
But Lance already is.
Mm-hmm. Yep, but Lance, Samu's son.
Arthur, that's Samu. Afansika.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, okay, so we just got so sidetracked. I don't even remember where the game is at. This is my ADD kicking in.
Rosie was Roman's sibling.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
yes.
didn't realize that.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, Roman has a great nephew who was born in '63.
What?
Dead serious.
Oh my god. So where does Naya fall into this?
In the
She's through the rock
Peter
side.
Maivia. Yeah, the
Yeah,
Peter
Peter
Maivia
Maivia.
side.
So,
Oh, okay. She also said she was Vince's girl.
yeah.
Or she's a Vince girl.
She's a Vince girl. But here's the deal: I mean, the simple fact is, she wouldn't have a career in professional wrestling if it wasn't for Vince and Vince's dedication to keeping the Anoa'i family involved in WWE, right?
Right.
Because she's not good enough to have made it on the Indies, right? So she's got to be a Vince girl because she literally owes her career to Vince. That being said, right? She's going to take whatever money is offered. And so she's saying this right now to keep the options open. So if Vince says, I want you back, we need more women in the division, she can say, yep, I'm on my way. Sign me up.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, have we just given up on the game? Is the game just over?
No,
I don't even remember where we're at. I don't remember who had what.
Okay, so Steamboat Ming, and then I gave you Ming, and
You didn't give anybody.
I did. I think I did though. Okay, I'll give you someone else then.
Well,
Ming, and let's go with Rosie.
I'm not ending with Ming as the odd man out. Stop it. It's against the rules.
well, I know. Didn't we?
No,
I think he had given me someone because I think I took Meng and I left and I gave you Rikishi. And, or was that the time of Force? Yeah, I'm not even fucking remembering anymore. Go ahead,
Just
give me
Ming
Meng
versus Rosie.
Meng and Rosie. I'm taking Meng. So Rosie and well, I don't know his brother Roman.
I'm going to take Roman. Rosie and Hurricane. Both entertaining. Who do you take?
That's you, JLB.
Stop.
Also known as Sugar Shane Helms.
There's a hurricane coming through. I'm taking Hurricane.
Yeah.
Rosie or Jamal? Got a 3-minute warning here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Can we really do Jamal because that was Umaga? So we've already done Umaga.
Oh, okay.
Well, but he said specifically Umaga.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did he say specifically Umaga?
No,
well, I mean,
I
said specifically Umaga. I said, what? Am I saying specifically wrong?
No, I'm just fucking with
What the fuck?
I don't remember you saying specifically. Is all I'm saying.
No, I honestly didn't know Umaga was Jamal, so I wouldn't have even have mentioned Jamal at the time. But okay, fine. So Rosie or Yoko?
Yokozuna.
Yeah.
Rosie or Rosie or D'Lo?
D'Lo. Rosie or
What's with this
Look.
lights? What are you doing?
Look, I'm in a J.J. Abrams movie.
you love doing that. I think we can pull Rosie off here by saying Rosie or Jacob Fatu. Because I think he doesn't know who Jacob Fatu is.
Well, that's why there's Google.
Don't cheat.
What do you mean? You guys been Googling?
Not for who the wrestler was.
That's a lie.
You're a lie.
No, he said that's a light. It's the J.J. Abrams movie.
Watch this. Watch this. Now I'm in a special edition.
Yeah.
J.J. Abrams.
So Rosie.
You're taking Rosie. Okay, there it is.
Because I looked at his picture.
Smarks, you're
and I
back
said,
to
"No, who
mid-card
it is."
title holders.
So Jacob Fatu. Fucking guy.
Signed with Impact or AEW?
Jacob Fatu currently is signed with MLW.
Impact. MLW. Oh, okay.
He's done matches on AEW and Impact then. Like dark matches.
So Jacob Fatu or the NOIE who's in NXT who might be called up soon to be part of the
Cephas
bloodline.
Aquila. Okay. Jacob Fatu. Solo Sikoa or we'll do one more round. So let's make this one count. Solo Sikoa or specifically Jimmy Uso.
I like Solo Sikoa, man. I really do. I'm going to take Solo Sikoa. So I'm going to pass on Jimmy or Jay. Now your job is to remember which one is the main event. Which one has had a world title feud and which one has not?
Right.
Which one is married to Naomi?
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with Jimmy because Naomi deserves better.
That's who she's married to.
Yeah, exactly. But she deserves.
But Jay's
to
been
be
in the world
part-
title picture.
Oh, was it? Oh, I thought Jimmy.
Yeah.
Was...
No, Jimmy's the one who was at rehab.
Oh no, fuck that, Jay. I don't want fucking rehab issues on my team. Then it would definitely be Jay Uso. Jay Uso.
Glad I can clarify that for you.
Thank you. Jay Uso.
No, you're passing on Jimmy, is what you said, or you're taking Jimmy.
Yeah.
No. So I'm taking Jay. I don't want the DUI fest to be part of my team. So Jimmy Uso or
ended on a high note. Fucking Ultimate Warrior.
No. It's gonna be hard for him though. Jimmy Uso with one of the people that he's had great tag team matches with, Kofi Kingston.
That's a hands down.
Kofi Kingston.
You said you were gonna make it hard.
Jesus, you said you were gonna make it hard. I thought you were gonna. It's like, hey, take the
Jimmy Uso or Matt Hardy.
Probably Matt Hardy still. Hey,
I'm gonna make this filthy. I'm gonna say Jimmy Uso or Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, that'd be the tougher
currently.
one. Oh, shit.
Jeff Hardy currently. Oh my god.
Do I take the person who's currently out getting help for addiction after being caught drunk driving?
Refuses addiction?
Or do I take the person who recently was caught and was out facing doing rehab for his drunk driving addiction? Fuck, that's tough. right? But no, you're like, hey, do you take the guy who's got drunk driving addiction on his thing, or the fun-loving, adorable guy who used to pretend
Former
to be
world
Jamaican,
champion.
former world champion? Oh, geez, that's a tough one. Oh, fuck, I don't know what to do there. Fuck, of course I take Kofi. Jesus.
I was saying in a wrestling perspective.
And again, this
And
is
in
not
a
a
wrestling
mockery of
perspective,
addiction, but it does have to
still-
play into who you're drafting to your team.
Jimmy or Theory?
Theory.
Jimmy.
I'd
I
probably
really
go
don't
with
like
Jimmy.
Austin Theory.
I'm not a huge Austin Theory fan, but against this, I've got a bad taste in my mouth for Jimmy Uso.
Easy.
That might be because he got
He's
his
just
DUI
mad
like
because
2 weeks after he got out of rehab.
My wife says to me every time she sees him on TV, how has he still got a job? And I respond, I don't fucking know.
no, I don't know. No, I don't know. No, I thought it was funny.
But
got
it
it.
wasn't enough
It was
to
a good
save. Yeah, it just wasn't that funny. It wasn't enough to save Nia Jax. So,
Well, that's because she's unvaccinated and has her stance on that. And Vince is like, well, cool story, bro. We still need you to travel everywhere. And if you don't want to freaking get vaxxed, you're going to get axed.
but
bam,
but
talking about the
as long as
spray.
you're vaxxed, as long as you're vaxxed, go out and drunk drive and potentially kill people. That's fine.
I mean, that's fine.
Just fine.
That's
Potentially
perfectly
killing
fine.
people is potentially killing people, huh?
Yep. I'm not condoning it. I'm just saying.
Ooh, we got a photo in our podcast.
Oh, it's just a tier list, so it can be shared.
Yeah, because the AEW tier did so well. No one commented.
Are you kidding? I got tons of comments.
Oh, okay.
Hold up. Let me go make 6 Twitter accounts.
But anyways, on that note, we're gonna go ahead and close the book on the Fantasy Booking Institute. If
Don't
we go
you know?
if we go any longer, I'm gonna start flipping out and I don't know. I'm gonna start teaching you guys how to play this raw deal live on air.
Oh my
Let's do
God,
it.
let's go. Let's end this.
Let's do it.
Oh, okay. So, do you want to be Triple H or do you want to be The Rock? Because I can do this. I have them both right there. So, okay. Anyways, on that, we're gonna close the book on the Fantasy Booking Institute. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the podcast on whatever platform you use to watch this. If you're watching this on Twitch, make sure to follow us on Twitch because we do occasionally do live streams that are Twitch exclusive and not on the other ones. But like us on Facebook and on YouTube's as well. If you just listen to the audio version, highly recommend you still go subscribe to us on Twitch because, again, we do the occasional stream on Twitch that's only on Twitch and not going to be on the audio version. So, but you want to support us other ways, we got our Patreon. Link is in the doobly-doo. We got our spread shirt, which is where you can get our merch, like the Pissant Podcast or the Sasha Bear, which really doesn't make as much sense anymore, but I'll have to redo it whenever she announces what her name in the
Mercedes Bear.
Mercedes Bear. Or you can get the shirt where you can get autographs. So if you're going to a meet and greet, you get that shirt, you get it all signed. It's fucking awesome. Or like, I don't know, a dozen other shirts on there. And soon, probably some very weird shirts that we're working on right now. Some very weird ones. But so
Kind of collector's edition, though. I mean, they're really going to be unique.
they
for
are
your
going.
favorite wrestlers.
Yeah, how do you catch a unique rabbit? Unique up on it. But on that note,
Wow.
I'm sorry. I'm
You do AI generated art. Either way.
Yes. Anyways, You can make sure to follow us on the social medias. You can follow me on pretty much any of the socials at Raw and Order WBU, just like you see right down there. Raw and Order WBU, right? You can follow me. That's pretty much any of them except for Facebook, because Facebook is weird and they made me choose Pissant Podcast there. So at Pissant Podcast on Facebook. You can follow DA Fabe at
DA Vincent K. Babe. No merch today other than the shirt behind me.
Then you can follow JLB at.
You can follow me, JLB, at JLB420 on Twitter. Real Talk Radio, though, is the brand at Real Talk Radio 8. Am I blotching for you guys? Does it look weird?
Well, it looks weird because you're in a dark-ass room. But
you're in a dark-ass room and you look like you're looking down at something.
Nope. No looking down. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you.
I'm saying that's what it looks like. Anyways, continue.
Real Talk Radio is the brand, damn it. At Real Talk Radio 8, anchor.fm/RTR. Links are down below in the doobly-doos. There's a link tree where you can find all the socials and all that jazz. JLBTLC25 on Twitter. Stream a lot of WWE 2K22. So follow me because I would like to be affiliated at some point. Thank you.
But on that note, we're going to go ahead and close the book on the Fantasy Booking Institute. Thank you all for listening. We will see you soon.
Ciao.
Not Jimmy.
We'll be right back.